Holy crap, 127% increase in only a few days time. Oh, wow. In my previous videos, I talked about whether to buy PDD or not, since it dropped 30% within one day. Since then, I bought the derivatives of PDD that went up 127% within a few days, and the actual PDD stock, which went up 34% since then. Should I buy more of that, or I should make a quick profit now? What do you think? If this is the first time you're here, my name is Eric. I've been investing since I was 18 years old for more than 20 years. Yeah, I know, a little bit younger than that. But anyway, I invest in all kinds of investment vehicles like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs, options, and warrants. You name it, even watches. I'm going to talk about Chinese stocks listed in the US and in Europe. So if you don't want to miss out, remember to subscribe now. First thing first, why would PDD stock drop a lot within a few days? First of all, because the growth rate and the results were not as good as expected, even though it still grew 80% plus. The second one is because the warning that the profit margin would go down in the coming year. That's why it dropped a lot. If you want to know more information about that, check out the link above. I have a detailed video talking about that. Why did I buy PDD in the first place? Because I compared with Alibaba and estimate that it can go up as much as 6 times the stock price when I bought it. And this is because the growth rate of PDD is around 3 times that of Alibaba. But the price to earnings ratio, PE ratio, is only half that Alibaba. Then of course, with the same logic, it can go up 6 times its value. As I mentioned, the derivatives I bought for PDD went up 127% within a few days' time. So what exactly was it? It is a long position 3 times the value of the increase or decrease of the actual stock price. So meaning, if the actual stock price went up 30%, in theory, this long position would go up 90%. However, if you can see here, compare with the actual stock price, which went up only 34%, the 127% is not exactly 3 times, but actually more, because there's also supply and demand of this long option. So basically market demand and supply, right? So if more people expect that PDD would go up and they also want to buy the long position times 3 times, then the stock price would go up in proportionally higher than the 3 times value of the increase of the actual stock price. So in this case, the increase of the stock price 34%, but the actual long position times 3 went up 127%, more than 3 times the actual value. Okay, the share price has increased a lot already in the past few days. How much potential would it be going up again? Well, look at the stock price, probably not too much because it was 150 at the highest in August and now it catches up back to 130. So not too much, maybe 10 to 20%. But if you look at the derivatives, it is much higher. So before it was, let me check, now the price is around 0.25 euros. And it could go up to 1.07 euros if it goes back up to the level in August, which means a 4 times increase. So still quite attractive. And a disclaimer, this is not financial advice. If you want to invest, consult your financial advisor. This is for entertainment and sharing purposes only. Okay, back to the next topic. How about medium term? Before we talk about medium term, the short term means a few weeks within 3 months. Medium term for me is 3 months to 12 months. Basically, I would say it's very positive because this kind of action, macroeconomic stimulus by China, is multidimensional. So it can lift the spirit and atmosphere in investment, in stock market, in real estate market, etc. So I think in the coming 12 months time, it will be very positive. The only word of caution is that I will set certain limits. If the trend goes up and then it drops beyond the limit, which means the trend is broken, then I would probably realize some profits, maybe half of them first and leave the rest there. So basically, ride on the trend until it stops. And for me, the derivatives at the moment is 0.25, which I bought at 0.1. And if it reaches 1.1 euros, then I would just sell all of them because this would be a 10 times profit. The medium-term strategy is to ride the wave as far as we could. So basically, we'll wait until the stock price continue to go up. And when it drops, we have certain target, right? So whenever it goes up, we set the target higher until it actually breaks the trend. For example, 50-day average or 25 days or 30 days average, if you know technical analysis, it breaks the trend, If it's beyond that, then we will start to have the limit order to sell the stock so that we can realize profit, at least 50% of them. If it continues to drop below certain price, then I'll sell off them. On the other hand, for the derivative, my purchase price was 0.11. Now it's 0.25. If it goes up to my target of 1.1, which is the previous high, then I will just sell all of them to realize profit because it will be 10 times profit. So how about the long-term strategy? Beyond 1 year, in the coming 5 to 10 years, this is less clear. It depends on two key variables. The first one is the relationship between the West and China, because obviously China is a very export-driven economy. The second point is about the composition of the Chinese economy. Now the Chinese economy is very heavily driven by investment. So basically building new shiny airports, railway, roads, etc. I mean, they're very nice, but imagine they cannot continuously building that, right? It's not sustainable. So they need to increase consumption as a percentage of the economy, just like Europe and the US. But this would be a challenge because people are saving a lot because of the pension crisis and also of the debt crisis, and now with the real estate crisis. So they need to sort that out first before we can change the economy to consumption based. So we are facing quite a lot of uncertainty in the longer term. So that's why, for me, long term, beyond 1 year, I'm not too sure yet. Oh, by the way, just a quick message. 90% of you were not subscribed to the channel. Subscribe button and the like button are for free, and you cannot imagine how much it can make a difference to keep the channel going. So if you like the content, please remember to subscribe and give it a like. To wrap it up, should I buy now after the 127% increase of the PDD derivative and also the 34% increase of the PDD stock price within a few days? In the short term, yes, but only a little bit, because I assume that many people who lose a lot of money in the previous months would probably want to sell the stock when it goes up. In the medium term, I am pretty positive. I believe that the trend would go up for Chinese stock in general. For the long term, it's less certain. So beyond 1 year or 5 years, I would not bet on that. What do you think about it? Leave me in the comments below. If you like the video, remember like and subscribe. See you next time.